Hey, I'm Scott, and I'm an American in Bangkok. Today, I am going to give you younger folks out there some advice for moving abroad. And by younger folk, I mean 20 and 30 somethings, basically anyone under retirement age. Hopefully, I can give you some tips, a little information, a way to think that will help you wherever it is that you choose to move. Here in Thailand, you need to be at least 50 years of age to qualify for retirement visa. And I'm constantly getting messages from people who are younger who are asking, hey, what do I do? What's the best way for me to set things up so I can go over there and I won't have any problems? Anyway, I'm going to give you a dozen tips and bits of information to help you, the younger wannabe potential future expat, to move to the destination of your choice. Number one, have a plan. You gotta have a plan. Proper planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. Do your research. Don't just wing it. In the old days, you could wing it. Nowadays, it's a bit different. Competition is fierce. Have you been to your dream destination for more than a weekend? You're going to want to do reconnaissance. That's part of the plan. Stay for at least the bare minimum a month, but preferably 3 to 6 months, even longer if you can swing it. Include a backup plan and an exit strategy in your planning. If you won't be working, all right, what are you going to do with your time? Figure it out. Plan out what you want to do with your time. Also, remember, anything can happen, and proper planning not only means being prepared to live in a foreign country, but also being prepared in the event you need to leave the country. So that means have some money back home that you set aside to start up again. Have money set aside for a ticket home. You don't want the embassy getting involved, at least not the American embassy, because what they'll do is they'll charge you full fare. You'll be able to get home, and then you're going to have to pay them back, and you will not be able to leave the country until you pay them back. Last but not least, some guys say they will never marry and don't ever want kids for whatever reason. One day, they end up married with children. Expect the unexpected, think about the what-ifs, and plan accordingly. Plan for, hey, what if I get married? What's that going to run me being married? Is she going to work? Is she not going to work? How's it going to work out? Hey, I've got a girlfriend. I'm going to have to take her out on dates. We're going to have to go out once in a while. Whatever it may be, plan accordingly. Number two, choose your destination carefully and wisely. So let's say that you've traveled internationally. You went on a vacation and you had a grand old time. It's the time of your life. Excellent. I'm happy for you, really. But spending time on a vacation is not the same as living at the place. If you are seriously thinking of moving abroad, first do your research. Before moving to Thailand, I knew a few Thai people. I trained in Muay Thai. I knew a handful of Thais. And I also had a couple of friends, two who helped me. They gave me some great insight to living in the country. They gave me some great information. So choose your destination carefully and wisely. Choose it according to what you think is going to work for you. Not everybody likes South America. Some people like Southeast Asia. Not everybody likes Southeast Asia. Some people, they want to live in Europe for whatever reason. Number three, be flexible and keep an open mind. This goes for travel in general. This is one of the first tenets of travel. But it's amazing to see how many people that you come across who are inflexible. Think about this. You got some guy, you're sitting in a pub, and the guy goes, what? Warm beer? What the hell is this? This is preposterous. But they drink warm beer in that country. So, it is what it is, and expecting someone to change their ways because you think your way is better generally does not work. You have these expectations that are limiting and will basically leave you disappointed. Number four, talk to friends and family before you decide to leave. if you're ready to move abroad, talk to your loved ones before you give away, throw away, and sell everything you own. Act logically and do not allow emotion or sentimental feelings to cloud your judgment. If you just graduated high school or university and you feel you have to live abroad, you just can't take it anymore. Maybe you want to take a gap year. Be smart. Consider working. Take your gap year, take a month-long vacation, and then start working, save your money, and set a goal. I'm going to have this much money by the age of 30, and I'm going to move abroad because I'll have the experience by then. Before you speak with friends and family, be certain moving abroad is what you really want, and more importantly, that moving abroad is the best thing for you and your life. If you truly believe this is what's best for you, then have the strength and conviction to tell those people who you're speaking with, this is what I want, and I think this is going to be good for me, so I'm doing it. And do not waver. If you have doubts, though, if you have some serious doubts whether you can pull it off, where it's the right thing for you, then you better listen. Number 5, move away for the right reason. If you're young, and by young I mean in your 20s, think long and hard about what becoming an expat will mean. Take a long holiday. Take a month-long vacation. Take a year off. Whatever you can finagle. But take your decision seriously. It's a very serious thing to move to another country and say, well, I'm just going to pick up and leave. I'm going to get rid of everything and move. Especially when you're young. Because you may not really know what you want when you're, say, 22 years of age. Move abroad because you want to start a new life. Move abroad because you want to work at a job you really enjoy. Move abroad for a more stress-free lifestyle, or to see the world, to have adventures. Move abroad because you can get a better value for your money wherever it is you want to move. But do not, under any circumstances, move away to escape paying alimony, child support, or serious criminal charges. This is the modern age, the age of technology, and you will be found probably sooner than later. And I have to say this, but it's also a good idea to stay home, really to stay home if you have serious mental or substance abuse issues. You might want to get that straightened out before you decide to move elsewhere, because you have a support system, or hopefully you have a support system at home, whether the support system is your friends, family, or in some cases the government. Nowadays, it's easier than ever before to find a portable job, a location-independent job. But some people, they may find living in one country part-time and then living back home part-time is what works best for them. Number 6, focus on your career. Go the semi-traditional route. Get your degree, find a job that allows you to move up and eventually live abroad. Maybe you're a chef and you work for an international hotel chain. Put the time in, gain experience, gain some life experience, and be ready if the opportunity to work abroad pops up. If you don't want to go this route, then find a job that's going to benefit your career before you leave. It's easier said than done, but that's one thing that you can try to do, and you just it may take you a couple of years to find the right job. Like I said, build your career, save money, find a job in your preferred destination, and then make your move abroad. Number 7, never lose sight of the importance of money. And I know this one quite well. Save more, bring more money, save more money than you think. Live within your needs and live frugally. More money and less stuff is better. Money is your buffer between the time you set down and begin to call yourself an expat and the time you start earning or figure out exactly what you need to stay comfortably long term. You need to become an expert in the art of budgeting. And you need to be able to stick to a budget. Budgeting is one thing, but stick to the budget. Number 8, get familiar with the language and the culture. You can get by in a country without familiarizing yourself with the local language, but you know what? It makes things a lot easier, and it definitely comes in handy. Language is an additional tool in the toolbox, and I know several people in their 50s and 60s that have lived here for quite a few years, and they'd never have learned anything more than hello, goodbye, thank you. Most of them have excuses. Oh, well, I can't hear very good. I'm too lazy. I'll never be able to figure it out. My memory is terrible. Whatever it is, and they're just excuses. I think that it does benefit you to learn the language, and familiarizing yourself with the language will help you to learn the culture, and also vice versa. The culture will help you to learn the language if you allow it to. So just do it. Don't make excuses. Number 9, accept you will never fit in 100%. I always say this, but if you're in Thailand, you're never going to be Thai if you are a Westerner. You will just not be one of them. That's how it works. So be prepared to be stared at. Be prepared to hear the word foreigner. And despite what a taxi driver or someone else who marvels at your language skills and the length of your stay. Oh, you've been there so many years now. You are Thai people. You are not, and you never will be, and you need to remember this. You might fit in sometimes, and that's great, and then other times you're wondering, why on earth did I move to this strange land? Number 10 is visas, and this is very important. Do your research, and if necessary, hire an expert or an agent to facilitate your stay. There's more than one way. Doesn't matter where you are. There are usually numerous ways to be able to stay in a country. There's elite visas, investor visas, retirement visas, education visas, marriage visas, and even digital nomad visas. So figure it out. And if you need help, don't be shy about hiring an agent or an expert to help you out and to map out your path. Worst case scenario is you may need to split your time between multiple countries. But you know what? That's not so bad. Number 11, people, places, and perspectives change. If you're moving to a foreign land, you are bound to change if you stay for any length of time, any considerable length of time. You're going to be changed by that culture. You will incorporate portions of the culture into your psyche, into your everyday activities. You may not know it, but when you go back home, people might look at you like, why is he doing this? Oh, well, that's what he does back where he lives. Thailand has certainly changed me. And as the years pass, age will eventually change you, not only physically, but mentally. It will change your perspective on the world and on wherever it is you live. For sure, as I've grown older, my perspective has changed towards many things. What you once loved may eventually irritate or frustrate you. If you're young, you might live another 50 or 60 years, and this is a long time, and anything can happen. So be open to those changes and have an idea, have a rough plan of what you'll do if certain situations that might be detrimental to your stay, if they happen. Okay, number 12. Keep yourself in check. Moving abroad can be exciting, overwhelming, frustrating, but it is important, no matter what, no matter where you move, to remember to keep yourself in check and stay focused. Okay, so one of the ways that you need to keep yourself in check is to keep your alcohol consumption in check. Don't get carried away, because I can't begin to tell you how many young people have come here and they've pissed away their life savings, drinking it all away. They pissed it away on wine, women, and song because they lost focus. They weren't able to keep themselves in check. And some people just They just don't have that ability. But some people do, and they just don't rein it in, or they don't rein it in time. So keep your alcohol use in check. Stay away from illegal drugs. You don't want to end up in jail. That's not going to be any dream destination. When it comes to the opposite sex, take the time to get to know them before allowing them into your life. The key word, allowing. Don't just allow anyone into your life. Get to know them. Take the time to get to know them. If you are involved in the pay-for-play arena, just remember it's a business. The girl is not there, most of the time, the girl is not there to find her dream guy. She's there to make money. And you should feel the same. Now, I'm not going to say that things don't happen, but what I'm saying is have fun, but keep it all in perspective. Pay and go. Be friendly, be nice, pay and go. Simple as that. And if you're getting into a serious relationship with a local, I know it may sound ludicrous, but I need to say this. If you're getting into a serious relationship with a local, make sure that you both have the ability to communicate with one another. If you can't communicate with one another, if you're, I don't even know why do I even have to say this? What do you want to do? I mean, okay, so you meet some girl, she speaks Chinese. You don't speak a word of Chinese. She doesn't speak a word of English. All right, I guess you could take the time and get to know them and do all that stuff. But what I'm saying is, don't put a ring on her finger if she doesn't speak any English and you don't speak any Chinese. Doesn't make sense. You'd be surprised. I feel that's necessary to say that. But anyway. So that's a dozen tips for you. A dozen ways to think. However you want to put it. Hopefully it'll help you out a little bit. If you're younger, just remember that the more skills you have, the easier it's going to be for you. And if you're really looking to get into another country, you want to move abroad, and you really want to have a career, then pick a job, get a degree that's going to help you to work internationally. That's all I have. Anyway, that ought to give you a few things to think about. Until next time, I am Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Until next time, choke D. Well, jerk and my. That's good luck, and I'll see you when I see you.